Live from the Caterpillar Global Communications Center at Bradley University, this is BUTV News.
Good evening and welcome to BUTV News. I'm Delaney Giles.
And I'm Jake Buds. Let's take a look at the news.
On March 15th, during the early hours of the morning, the fraternity Alpha Epsilon Pi's house was vandalized. Not only was the house spray painted, but so was the front of Bradley Hall. The vandalism on Bradley Hall read, "AE Pi supports genocide," and the words "supports genocide" were found on the brick wall of their house. In an email to students from BUPD, there was a video attached of the suspect completing the crime, along with close-up photos of the suspect to help students identify who it was. In the email, there were phone numbers to BUPD, Peoria Police Department, Tip 411, and Crime Stoppers Anonymous, where students can report any information they might have. Minutes later, an email was sent out from the office of the president stating, "Bradley University will not tolerate any act targeting members of our community, especially if those acts are based on any aspect of anti-Semitism, race, gender, sexuality, national origin, religion, etc."
This past weekend over the break, schools across Illinois came to Bradley's campus to compete in the regional robotics competition. The event was free to the public and took place over 3 days, hosted in the Renaissance Coliseum. Over the course of 6.5 weeks, teams made up of high school students and their mentors worked together to engineer solutions to the challenges presented by the competition, and they designed a bot that would rise to the occasion. In a classic matchup of red versus blue, teams would form a larger ensemble called an alliance and work with 3 other teams, tossing rings into their respective goals while avoiding towers and other teams' robots. To work effectively, teams took time before their matches to strategize one last time before the real thing. Once the timer began, teams had to trust that their skills in engineering were enough if they wanted to come out on top and earn a roaring applause from the audience. But no win could be possible without the volunteers, of course, who worked diligently between rounds, setting up the matches thanks to them and everyone who worked hard behind the scenes. The robotics competition was a spectacular show to witness, and we can't wait to see it again the next time it returns.
Next Monday from 7 to 9 p.m., her campus is hosting a Women in Leadership panel in the Student Center Ballroom. The panel gives female leaders around Bradley's campus the chance to discuss the challenges they face in a position of leadership, along with their experience with being a female student leader. On their flyer in Hilltop Happenings, there are 2 QR codes, one for just those interested in attending and one for the leaders to fill out if they wish to speak. Her campus is still looking for speakers, so if you're interested, head over to Hilltop Happenings or their Instagram, HCBradleyU. A group of Bradley students are putting together a donation drive with the Peoria community. The students are planning to raise awareness for the homelessness with the project titled Flow of Kindness. The project stems from their research on the lack of donations of women's hygiene products to shelters in the area. They are seeking donations to collect essential hygiene products to bring to shelters in the area. They also have a GoFundMe link in Hilltop Happenings for any more donations. Any questions can be directed to their email, homelessandhygienic@gmail.com.
Over spring break, Bradley's campus lost one of their own. Professor Lori Russell Chapin was the co-director for the Center for Collaborative Brain Research and professor for the Department of Education, Counseling, and Leadership. Not only that, but she also served as the Associate Dean and Graduate Studies Coordinator for the college. She was also awarded numerous awards, including American Mental Health Counseling Association's AMHCA Counselor Educator of the Year, and American Counseling Association ACA Trailblazer Award for Neurocounseling. Russell Chapin worked for nearly 40 years on Bradley's campus, and her presence will be dearly missed.
Coming up, we take a look at the weather with Rachel Hobbs.
Plus, Cassie Maxwell takes us through the most recent updates of the world of entertainment.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up 1 finger if you're a man. Women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60. 2 over 50. 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
Part-time job, full-time hustle, all-time Shiro to all of us. You nurture, we listen. You teach, we thrive. You lift our spirits, but we've got to lay down the truth. It's time for you, our Shiro, to stretch for the stars. A free online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Start saving more for retirement so you can feel prepared and live your life to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
So, how was everyone's spring break?
Honestly, my spring break was pretty good. I worked most of the time, but, had to make some money.
Yeah. Mine was pretty good. I got to see Bradley play in the MVC tournament, so that was pretty exciting.
Man, you're lucky. I stayed at home, and I was at home with my dog, and actually, I took advantage of the weather because it was really nice last week, but unfortunately, this week is not going to be as nice. So let's go take a look at the campus. So, as you can see, it was really not as windy as it was yesterday, but still a little chilly. You get that cold air coming to your face. I know I was cold walking here to the studio today with my hands. I just needed to have my hands in my pockets. It was nice and sunny, a little bit of clouds here and there, but that's okay. So let's go take a look at the forecast for today. So as you can see, it's clear skies right now. That is going to change this week, but take advantage of the sunshine while you can. Now we're going to go on the temperature for today. We're sitting around 44 degrees at the moment. It's a little warmer down south, so lucky them, but for us, it's only going to get colder from here. Up north, they were in the 30s up by Lake Michigan. So now we're going to take it the 5-day forecast. Showers are going to be happening. Tomorrow, there is going to be snow. So be prepared for that. Wear your winter boots. It's going to be partly cloudy throughout the week. We're going to have a 70% chance of rain on Friday and a 20% chance of rain on Sunday and Monday, happening after 1. So make sure to be prepared and have a good week and be safe. Now on to Cassie with the entertainment.
Thanks, Rachel. A lot has happened in the last week within gaming and movies. So let's go through a quick rundown. In the gaming community, Overwatch 2 released new skins for its collaboration with the 1998 anime Cowboy Bebop, with the new skins looking like Spike, Faye, Ed, and Jet. The event will be ongoing until the 25th. Meanwhile, Overwatch 2's rival was creating new content too, as several of the Team Fortress 2 voice actors recorded a new song called The Sandwich Blues, which was performed in cosplay of their respective characters. This is particularly impressive, as these voice actors first recorded their lines for the game 17 years ago. Unfortunately, all these gains in the gaming community did not come without loss. Famous YouTuber MatPat released his final theory on the 10th, officially stepping back from his YouTube channels and passing them on to new creators. And of course, we lost another important individual in the past few weeks. Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, tragically passed away on March 1st. He had a drastic impact on anime and hundreds of children. Toonami hosted a marathon of Dragon Ball Z on the 16th in his honor. In movie news, Pixar announced Inside Out 2 on the 7th. The film will follow the emotions from the previous movie, meeting several new ones as Riley, the girl they inhabit, goes through puberty. The film will be in theaters on June 14th. And finally, the Oscar winners were presented on March 10th. The Boy and the Heron got Hayao Miyazaki his second Oscar award ever, with his first being for Spirited Away in 2003. While he did not attend in person to accept either award, the president of the studio, Toshio Suzuki, said, "We're very honored to receive this Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. We thank the Academy for the award."
Wow. What was your guys' favorite moment from the Oscars?
Oh. I'm just Ken, 100%. I'm just
That was one of the best performances, and seeing Billie Eilish behind him just laughing so much, I'm like, I can relate.
Yeah, no, that was one of my favorite parts, other than seeing Oppenheimer win Best in Film.
Yeah.
I'm always a big fan of the animated feature category. It's all I'm here for.
All right, well, after the break, we have our first live interview of the semester.
And later, a look at the events during the week ahead on campus.
What are you doing here? You should be out at the party. Are you thinking about what happened? Girl, you know he was drinking. He probably just had too much. You know he would never do that to you. Come on, don't tell your friends. If you tell them, they're gonna judge us and then we're not gonna get invited to parties. Come on, let's go. I'll be right out. Come on, let's go. You don't want to ruin the night.
Hey, I've been looking for you everywhere. Is everything okay?
I don't think so. Can we talk?
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Our guest today is Senior Advertising and Public Relations major Jeannie Hansen. She's currently taking the Public Relations Capstone course and is here to tell us about her group's project and the positive impact it will have on our community.
Our reporter Dylan Baus has a scoop at the Beck. Take it away, Dylan.
Thanks. I'm standing here with Jeannie Hansen, who's involved in a capstone project focusing on bringing attention to local businesses and activities in Peoria. She's an advertising and PR major, and we're really glad to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So for those who are not aware, can you tell us a little bit about the class and what the capstone project is all about?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am taking Communications 480, and that is the Public Relations Capstone Project class. Our project, we're focusing on creating a positive third space for Bradley students, meaning like trying to create a positive atmosphere, things that you could do to fill your free time when you have free time. And so what we're trying to do is bring more of the Peoria community back to Bradley.
Awesome, that sounds great. So what is your specific role in the project, and sort of what do you do?
Yeah, so we all do a little bits of everything, but one thing that I mainly do is I reach out to the businesses that are interested in coming to our event and help connect with them. I also have been helping plan, like running the logistics of what's happening on campus in terms of reserving rooms, making the flyers, printing them out, handing them out, all that stuff.
Awesome. Sounds like you're really, really busy. Yeah. All right, so I am understanding that you conducted a research survey. How did that go?
Actually went way better than we thought. Our target goal was getting at least minimum of 50 people. We got actually over 60 people to respond.
Oh, wow.
So that was pretty impressive considering this is a school survey.
Yeah, right.
We weren't handing out anything. It went way better. A lot of the results that we're using are helping us gear in terms of the event and what businesses that we're trying to reach out to for our capstone.
Awesome. That's really impactful.
Yeah.
So what's the ultimate goal for people who are interested in the capstone project that you're focusing on?
So the ultimate goal is we want people to come to our events to learn about these businesses and realize that there is something for everyone out there, because it is kind of hard when you're in a new environment most of us are not from the Peoria area,
Right.
so not a lot of people know about it. So just trying to bring those businesses to the Peoria area and to Bradley students is our main goal, I would say.
Yeah. No, that's super important in a town like Peoria, too.
Oh,
That's really, really important. So what's one of the biggest challenges you would say that you have faced when encountering this capstone project? It seems pretty complicated.
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing is we're doing this all pro bono, so this hasn't been much of like, it's hard to get businesses initiated and also just planning these events because these events are pretty big and complicated. So
Yeah.
I think just the logistics of hoping the event runs smoothly and all of that works out great.
Absolutely. So let's see, what do you think is the ultimate goal for the Pop the Bubble project, or is that the capstone?
Yeah, that is our capstone goal.
Got it.
I would say the biggest goal is just having enough people come. We're trying to reach hoping for at least 15 to 30 people to come, but obviously we would love to have more, but honestly, just helping people come to our events and enjoying themselves and having fun.
Yeah. So I'm personally curious, how long have you been working on this capstone for?
We started this at the beginning of the semester, actually, so this has all been one semester so far. We had the event planned and reserved right before spring break, so now we're just trying to promote it and get out there and let everyone know about it and get people to come, basically.
Yeah. So going off of that, are there any events that people should be aware of if they want to show out?
Yeah, absolutely. There's 2 events actually coming up. Our first one is actually next Friday at the Peoria Riverfront Museum at 5 o'clock. For a $5 admission fee, you can get free access of the museum, of looking at the different exhibits, see the different planetarium shows, and also a showing of 16 Candles movie. We're also having treats donated from 430 Scones and CXT Coffee.
Awesome. That sounds great. That's about all the time that we hear. Sorry to cut you off, but if you do need to learn anything else, is there somewhere that they can reach out to?
Yeah, reach out to us on Instagram at BradleyBubble24 and also our email at BradleyBubble24@gmail.com.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Jeannie.
you
I
so
appreciate
much.
it. Back to you.
Thank you, Dylan. On March 10th, Peoria for Palestine organized a peaceful protest near Bradley's campus by the busy intersection of Main and University to gain attention for their cause. Members of the community gathered at the intersection with signs, flags, and their voices to share their feelings about the events that have taken place in Gaza, upset with Israel's methods and the countless deaths of the Palestinian people. As seen with many of the signs and heard through their chants, Peoria for Palestine believes that Israel is committing genocide and are asking the people of Peoria to stand in solidarity by giving assistance to Palestine through their voices and through their ability to vote to make steps towards ending the war. During the event, many community members stood up and spoke directly to the crowd to share information, thoughts, and feelings in regards to the current situation, one of which being the president of the organization.
We voice this call of humanity and justice in our beautiful region of Peoria. And once again, like I mentioned, this encompasses a diverse group of people at the end of the day. It's not a single background, it's not a single race, it's not just Palestinians, it's Peorians, it's Americans, it's immigrants to this land calling for justice and the ending of the suffering of the Palestinian people and everyone along with them who suffers.
For the primary election, Peoria for Palestine urged community members to leave ballots blank or fill them in with the word Gaza to make a statement to President Biden, hoping to cause concern for the drop of his voice. The election ended yesterday, so only time will tell if they will achieve their desired outcome.
Stay tuned for sports with Harvey Newcomb.
Plus, a musical performance from spring 2021.
Club Bazima, your hands smell like stew for weeks.
Oh, look, my new laptop is here.
What happened to your old one?
You know, on the way to work, I jump out of the car to grab a churro from that gal in the corner. I turn my back for like 2 minutes. Gone. Stolen. Or maybe I forgot to bring it. I'm not sure which.
Wait, did you get IT to wipe it remotely?
No, I know how this goes. The minute they wipe it, it turns up under my bed or something. I'm gonna wait a few days, see if it turns up.
Good.
And I might have disabled the security software in the computer anyway. It slows it down.
You've got to be kidding me.
I do not remember ordering a mesh tank top. Too much whiskey and Dave's shop's a little frisky, right? Ooh. Huh? Huh?
Did you order it?
Come on, you know this looks great. Let's see about this big one.
Dave,
This one, it's like Christmas.
I'm pretty sure someone is making purchases using your online accounts that are still logged in on your browsers.
Well, lucky for me, they can't change the address. Some of the stuff is pretty great.
You need to call IT and change your logins ASAP.
I'm getting a new wardrobe, and I like it. I'm gonna ride this out and see where it goes. Maybe there's a motorbike in receiving. I'm gonna check it out.
He just really goes through life like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he knows he has to pay for all that stuff?
Not a chance.
S-U-P-E, star. S-U-P-E, star. Superstar, 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 superstar. S-U-P-E, star. Superstar, 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 superstar.
So, as you may know, March Madness starts tomorrow. Who you've guys got?
I'm hoping for Gonzaga to win.
I've got a couple brackets, but I know I have Texas A&M winning one of them. So.
I do have Gonzaga going far, but I ultimately got to pick Duke, you know, choosing the big schools. But let's go to Bradley Sports. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to BUTV Sports. These past few weeks have been eventful for Bradley Athletics, so let's get right into it, starting off with women's basketball. And their season is unfortunately over after a loss to Murray State in their conference tournament last Thursday. However, that was actually the second of back-to-back matchups against Murray State, as they also played them for the final game of the regular season on Saturday, March 9th. It was senior day on the hilltop, and 4 seniors for Bradley were honored at center court with their families before the game. A commemorative photo with head coach Kate Popovic-Goss was taken, and all players received a framed game jersey with their corresponding jersey number. As for the game itself, Murray State got off to a fast start, with Caitlin Young doing the majority of the heavy lifting over the course of the game. But Bradley's three-point shooting kept them in the game with those threes from Ruba Abu-Hajesh, and this one you'll see here from Hallie Polk. She had 4 threes on the day, and Murray State's offense was rolling, and in the second half, they had an unlikely hero off the bench, Haven Ford, with 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists, and despite Polk with the 29-point performance, Bradley fell 81-64. Over the last few seasons, the transfer portal has become a prominent fixture of college athletics, and women's basketball is no exception, with many star players across the country entering the transfer portal to find new homes. This year, many players have already entered the portal, and that includes 6 of Bradley's players from this year's women's team. According to Talia Goodman of thenexthoops.com, seniors Deja Powell and Isis Fitch, junior Alex Rouse, sophomore Reagan Barkema, and freshman Armani Strozier and Hallie Polk, the latter of whom was the leading scorer on this team, have all elected to enter the transfer portal. In a case where a player enters the transfer portal and doesn't find a new school, they can decide to transfer elsewhere as a scholarship player or a walk-on. Players can also choose to ultimately change their mind and not transfer, and are free to withdraw from the portal at any time. And players who aren't currently in the portal can choose to enter at a later time. But moving on to women's softball, and conference play has started for them with 3 games in 3 days against the Indiana State Sycamores, and the Braves won 2 of them while losing just 1. And taking a look at the first game in the series, as we see Bradley center fielder Tori Meyer crushing a ball to the outfield and running hard for the stand-up double. She was excited after that one, and she did end up scoring later that inning, ending game 2 of 4 with 2 doubles. But Indiana State ramped up the aggressiveness as we see a successful stolen base here. Very close call, but the umpire ultimately calling safe. But the stellar play from Bradley's pitcher Sydney Kennedy, who took home Newcomer of the Week award for the Missouri Valley Conference, led Bradley past the Sycamores 4-2. After a 0-7 loss and an 11-0 win in their next 2 games, they sit at a record of 11-13 with a lot of conference play still left to go, and as we speak, they're in the midst of a doubleheader against Loyola Chicago. We'd also like to wish the men's team the best of luck tonight in the first round of the NIT tournament tonight, also against Loyola Chicago.
Oh, wow. Is anyone going to that game at all? Or?
No, unfortunately, I'm going to be there a bit too late for that one, as I believe it did start at 6.
Yeah, me as well. But coming up is our look at the week ahead.
which includes a sculpting tutorial and a giveaway of plants, shirts, and tote bags.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Wake the sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
It's time to take a look at the week ahead on Bradley's campus. On Friday, Bradley University's Queer STEM Alliance, QSTEMA, is hosting a plant sale from 1 to 5 in the Student Center. Not only that, but they will be hosting an open house for those interested in applying to med, farm, dental, or grad school tonight at 8. The open house will be in Olin Hall. For more updates, students can follow the Instagram BUQSTEMA. At 2 p.m. on this Friday in the Student Center, there is another sale, this time with Student Senate for Rise the Red. Senate will be handing out either a t-shirt or a tote bag to students wearing red. There is also the chance to win a spatula by spinning a wheel. Next Wednesday in the Garrett Center at 5:30 p.m. for a sculpting sensation hosted by ACBU. A sculpting tutorial will be hosted by Peoria's Wheel Art. There are limited spots, so any students interested should sign up via their link in Hilltop Happenings. I'm going to go to that event because it sounds wheel cool. What do you guys think?
That's smooth. Well, that's it for BUTV News this week. I'm Delaney Giles.
I'm Harvey Newcomb.
I'm Cassie Maxwell.
And I'm Jake Buds. We leave you tonight with a performance from Terza Sprigella. Have a great night.
Taking over this town, they should worry. But these problems aside, I think I taught you well that we won't run, that we won't run, that we won't run. And in the winter night sky, ships are sailing, looking down on these bright blue city lights. And they won't wait, and they won't wait, and they won't wait. We're here to stay, here to stay, here to stay. Howling ghosts, they reappear, mountains that are stacked with fear. You're a king and I'm a lion heart, lion heart. His crown lit up the way as we moved slowly past the wondering eyes of the ones that were left behind. Though far away, far away, far away, we're still the same, still the same, still the